G'day everybody. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the lands upon which we're all singing today and pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. My name's Katie Noonan and I'm coming to you from Gubbi Gubbi country on the Sunshine Coast, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be sharing with you the 2021 classic choir song All Is Love. Wherever you are around the world in the online rehearsal today, head by the amazing Michelle Leonard, I hope you have fun. I hope you open your heart and sing with love. When you're done, you submit your video onto the ABC Classic website, and then you'll be part of a huge video with thousands of voices from across Australia and the world. I cannot wait to hear you sing. I hope you enjoy All Is Love.
In your heart, I'm home.
Welcome to your rehearsal. This is your classic choir. I'm Vanessa Hughes from ABC Classic Drive. I'm learning my part tonight just like you are. And so are all your favourite ABC presenters who have been cramming their parts and are ready to go dialed in from home. Right, Russell Torrance?
Yep. Hi, everyone. I've been practicing this brilliant song. I think I might need a little bit more work, though.
This is your choir and your choral conductor tonight, teaching you this beautiful new piece of Australian music Katie Noonan has written for you, All Is Love. Michelle Leonard is here to teach it to you. And just remember, you can listen to this rehearsal or watch it online tonight. But if you want to go back, go over some of those tricky parts, rewind, pause, spend some time on it. This video is going to be on our website at abc.net.au/classic. Michelle Leonard, founder of Murrumbilla Voices. I'm obviously going to be flawless, but I'll admit I think I need a bit of a warm-up. Can you help me out?
I would love to help you out, and I'd love to help anyone out who's here joining us. So the first thing is, you've had a big day. You've probably been hunched over a computer, or maybe you've been on your phone all the time. So can you find yourself a space where you're not near a desk and you've got a little bit of choral influence around you? You've got your feet firmly planted on the floor, slightly apart, and then you are also feeling that you are standing like a very big, tall old gum tree. So your upper body are the tree branches and the leaves so that the air can rustle through them, and your trunk is your legs and your diaphragm, and you're very calm and solid and relaxed. Excellent. So now that you have that, of course, you need to get rid of your day. Regardless of how many children you've been homeschooling or not, whatever you've done in your workplace. So the first thing, just get rid of it. Put this arm and then this arm, and then, probably at the back of your neck, you want to get rid of it as well. Oh my goodness. And then roll your shoulders calmly back and stand like a singer. Now, I've always been told that singers don't walk into a room, they arrive. And the way they do that is in their posture. And so they stand and they go, I'm a singer. I'm about to bring beauty and gloriousness into the world. And that's what you're going to do. And the thing that they do the best out of anyone I've ever worked with is breathe. So now that you've got beautiful posture, you've got a sense of arriving, you need to breathe. It's something we all do. But if you can breathe in silently to a smile, just like this, and exhale, automatically you go, oh, this is easy. I can do this, and you get rid of the stuff that is going to stand in the way of you making a connection to the music. So we're going to do that again, and we're just going to inhale to a smile and lift and animate your face, and we're going to hold it for 4 counts. And then we're just going to exhale, because what we also don't want to form is the spit choir that goes and then all comes out. That's no use to us here. So we're a beautiful, strong old gum tree, or any tree that really brings you joy. And now you're going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, smile, hold, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold that space and hold that energy, and now relax. And then you're going to do it again. Here we go. And we're going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold it, feel the energy of that air inside of you, and exhale. 2, 3, 4. Now you can take this out for as many times as you like, but I'm going to move quickly through this, and we're now going to hold it not for 4 but for 8, and then we're going to go from 8 to hold to 12, because a lot of the bars that we are going to be singing in this work require all the energy and the joy that comes from breathing and singing through a beautiful phrase. So let's set that up now. Here we go. And breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, and hold for the second bar, and then exhale, nice and calm and relax. And here we go again. We're going to take a breath in, but now we're going to go to 12 beats. And breathe in, smile and enjoy that, and hold. 2, 3, 4. Keep it held and look up and enjoy feeling like a really strong tree in a beautiful big paddock, and exhale what you have left. Excellent. Now, if you are the type of person that believes you need to do 10,000 steps every day, 7 days a week, you might like to try and do this while you're walking the dog, clearing yourself as well, so that you have a little bit more energy to be able to bring to the end of the phrases. So, now that we've done that, of course, some of you might be saying, my jaw's tight, or, oh, now I've got to make a sound. Good. Yes, of course, you're going to make a sound. And if your jaw is a little bit tight, get your fingers and just find it. Find that top bit there where it joins, and don't hurt yourself. Just gently massage it and come down again. That's it. And right down to the point of your chin, and then gently go back up again. That's it. Nice. And at which point you might also feel like you might want to go to the back of your head, and just gently down there, and now very gently open your mouth. Can you do that for me? And yeah, get rid of that day, and here it is again. Now this time, can we add a little bit of sound to that? And if you are able to roll your R, that would be fantastic. So we're going to go, dare I say, and fantastic. And once more, breathing in, and down we go. And now we're going to go back up. So we're going to start low and go back up. 3, and again. Fantastic. Now wiggle your fingers and wiggle your legs where you're standing, and then wiggle your body. Relax it all, and we're going to breathe in now. We're going to count to 4, breathe in, hold it, and then go down, and then go back up. Here we are. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Quick breath, and awesome. Let's do that again. We're going to snatch that breath, but we're going to do it in a way that is no panic, no stress. You're just going to smile and take that breath, because there are many phrases here where our arranger and our composer, Katie, have given you just enough moment to be able to energize yourself to take on the next phrase. So here we are. You ready? Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Quick breath, and perfect. Thank you. Now, of course, some of you might not have sung in a choir for some time. And given that we're going to the whole of Australia, there are choirs that have been fortunate, beyond fortunate, to have been able to continue with their weekly rehearsals. And others of us have had an opportunity for personal growth. So, if you have been doing Zoom rehearsals and you're used to singing directly to a computer, we know that our opportunity as choristers is to connect to the audience, and they tend to be a little bit further away. So could I suggest to you that when we do these next little group of exercises, that you don't sing to the computer. Go and sing to the end of your street in your mind, or perhaps down the end of your corridor if you're in a terrace, or perhaps if you've been homeschooling for an inordinate amount of time, you are seeking to project your sound to a child that may well inflict personal harm on another one of your siblings. So let's try that. Here we go. So we're going to find any note in your range at all that feels around where you're speaking. So my voice is quite low. And so I might start, say here, here, perhaps. So use whatever words that you are speaking and try and give them a note. This is going to be in the nice comfy part of your voice, and we're just going to gently massage that into place. So we're going to move from singing straight to speaking. So for me, and please be much more exciting than me, you're going to breathe in and then you're going to go and just fall off. And I'd like you to try and project that sound all the way to the back paddock. Breathing in. And just let it go. And if you want to throw your hands out, do it. If any energy that you can give will energize your sound and bring beauty into this world, do it. Because this is what this whole thing is about. You bringing your beautiful voice that is in your nice, calm, relaxed, centered body to this piece of music so we can share it with the rest of Australia. So here we go. Last time, breathe in and awesome. Now, your opportunity now is to go through those vowels. Hey, E, I, O, U, any way you like. If you need to write those down because you've forgotten, that's fine too. There's 5. A, E, I, O, U, 5 for your fingers. Once you've done that on one note and you're finding the sweet spot, you know, the part of your singing voice that reminds you that you love singing and you actually can sing, that's the part we're going to start with. You find what you can do that brings you joy, and then we move either side of it. So we're not going to start any rehearsal that you do at home for yourself by going, I can't sing up really high anymore, or I can't get those low notes anymore. When you've got to eat the elephant, eat it one bite at a time and start with the most tasty bit. So you're reminding your brain, you're reminding your body that you have a beautiful voice to give, and we're going to project that. So once you've done that, my suggestion to you is move like an elastic band. You just gently move your range and then you come back. And then you gently move it a little bit further and then you come back. And then you gently move it a little bit further and you come back. If you can roll your R's, things like is fantastic. If you are someone that likes a visual cue, you can give yourself one and follow your hand. And you could go really silly if you've had an absolutely awful day. You might like to follow the outline of a cupboard, perhaps of the knives and forks that you still haven't been able to unpack from the dishwasher at the end of your day. Whatever it is, make it calm and relaxed and joyful before you then start the next part, which is to listen to this beautiful piece of music modelled by those extraordinary singers in Ave just for you. You are not doing this alone. They want to help you, and you've got all of these lovely things at your disposal to be able to make that possible.
Michelle, just before we finish the warm-up, ABC Classics' Mary Nicholson has a question for you.
Thanks, Vanessa. Hi, Michelle. I've been practicing here in Melbourne and I think I'm going okay, but I'm a bit concerned about which voice part I should be singing. Can you help, please?
Oh, that's such an excellent question. So there are normally 4 parts in a choir, and there goes soprano at the top, then alto, which sits underneath that, then tenor, and then the lowest part is a bass or a baritone part. I would suggest to you that sing the part that brings you the most joy, the part that really shows us the most beautiful and glorious part of your singing voice. And for many of you, if you've sung in a choir but haven't been able to for a while, you already know that. But listen to the part, hum it along, and if it makes you feel glorious, do that part.
Fabulous answer. Thank you, Mary Nicholson and Michelle Leonard, for that fabulous warm-up. If you're not done, you should head on to our website and discover your voice with soprano Jess Hitchcock, abc.net.au/classic. Plenty more vocal exercises and warm-ups for you to enjoy. If you've just tuned in, you're listening to your very own classic choir rehearsal. I have to tell you, you're quite late. But that's okay in this instance because you can go back whenever you like. This video is going to be on our website, abc.net.au/classic, and you can catch up, rewind, pause all the tricky bits whenever you like. Michelle Leonard, let's get to this song.
There's a big number 4 at the start. That's when you get to enjoy the orchestration and hear it set it up musically, what you're going to be doing. Then, as we go through, some of you might go, I can't read the music. It's okay. This is a beautiful piece of music that Katie has done, and she has given you, with the help of the Ave singers, guide listening tracks. Like a lot of music throughout history, what is written on the page doesn't automatically exactly translate out the front. It's a style guide, if you were. So what we are really hoping that you will be able to do is just listen to the energy and the beauty that is coming from this music and use this music that you have been given here as a guide on how it needs to roughly sound, and then listen to what is actually being given to you. So with that in mind, let's listen to the first little moment where we have the oohs and the ahs, we have the altos finally having the opening solo, and then we have some really clever balancing of parts where we have the sopranos and the tenors singing together, and then we have the altos and the basses singing together before we all land home. And here's the second bar. Oh, isn't it lovely? 3. And it already sets up the rhythms for you. Now take a breath at this point.
More than ever, I want to hold you in my
1, 2, 3, breathe.
Now I close my eyes and hold you in
1,
my heart.
2, 3. Beautiful breath.
Distance has made our love grow more and more.
1, 2, 3. Altos quick.
And the flower blooms in my heart.
1, 2, off.
Family's the bond that keeps us safe.
Oh, isn't that gorgeous?
Chosen birth for rainbow all is
1, 2, 3, breathe.
You're the one who makes me feel at
1, 2, 3, out.
no matter where we
Sopranos, you've got this lovely line. Together. Hold. 2, 3. Excellent. Let's stop right there. So now you've got an idea of what is happening and how beautifully the orchestral bed has been set up to support you. You're not fighting an orchestra, you're joining with them. You're not fighting the other parts, you're joining with them. Now, if the first time you hear that, you go, oh, I can't hear my part, I don't know what to do. Have we got help for you? There are your individual parts that have been done just for you to listen all the way through. And the idea for many of you may be that you just put them in your earphones and walk around the house. Gentlemen, you might like to put on the washing and vacuum the floor. Ladies, you might like to go for a walk, have a coffee, do whatever you need to do to get yourself familiar with the part that you've chosen that brings you joy. So now I think what we should do is just listen to the entire piece all the way through. I'll call this the smash and dash version. So you're singing at home. Hopefully no one is throwing anything at you at this particular juncture. And if they are, just throw it back.
Tell them to pipe down.
Yeah, just say, look, I'm sorry, honey, it's not all about you, but how about you come and join us? It's a game the whole family can play. So what I'm going to ask you to do is, if you have the capacity to read this notation and hear it in your head or sight sing, do that. If you just want to learn the words or get your head around the words, do that. If you'd like to just sit back and listen to how the whole form happens in this piece and you want that gloriousness to wash over you, do that. The most important thing for me is that you're actively participating in this and you're not putting on the washing. And here's that second bar. Oh, isn't that a lovely line? Now, I would suggest that you breathe in here, altos, and then you're already in.
I want to hold you in my arms, but now I close my eyes and hold you in my heart.
1, 2, 3, off.
Distance has made our love grow more and more.
1, now altos, take that breath.
And the flower
Together now.
blooms in my heart.
Well done. Take a breath. And here's the chorus.
The bow that keeps us safe.
Well done. Keep going.
Chosen birth for rainbow is love.
Well done. Take a breath.
You're the one who makes me feel
Oh, it's a beautiful chord here.
no matter where
And sopranos, enjoy this line.
in your heart I'm home.
1, 2, 3. Take a breath. Gentlemen, have a go at this now.
For those whose family are within their loving arms,
Feel the red
radiant flow of
gratitude.
in your heart.
I love this line now.
For those whose family are
Not yet. I have moved on. Flow so easily.
Please feel our love.
1, 2, 3.
Family's the
Here's that chorus. Oh, 3 out of 4 are doing it all together. Listen to that bass line. Beautiful, gentlemen. Take a breath and again. Together for the 3. Oh, beautiful chord here. And
No matter where we are
take a breath.
in your heart,
T. I'm.
home. In your heart I'm
Now we have a call and response.
for a dinner table.
I love that line.
In your heart I'm all the
Sun
rays
rays.
on our face.
Now.
Our home is a place of safety
And,
and of warmth.
and here we're holding for 3. 2, 3. And love that harp line so it gives you enough space to breathe. There's our beautiful bass line.
Chosen birth
And you've got a call and response here with the orchestra.
You're the one who makes me feel at home.
And together.
No matter where we are,
Beautiful.
in your heart I'm home.
Now I love this line. Sopranos, this is all about you. And then you take a breath. Gentlemen, heart is love. Sopranos, together, you're. 1, 2, 3. No matter. Breathe. And now we have together. Breathe. And we have that nice little ending there, and you hold and then calmly lift out. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. Thank you so much for doing that with me.
You're in the middle of your classic choir. This is the rehearsal. You can catch up anytime you like later on. We're going to put this video online, abc.net.au/classic. You can pause it, rewind it, go over those bits that you find hard. You're listening to ABC Classic. I'm Vanessa Hughes from Classic Drive. Michelle, that was an experience to sing that through. I have to say, my voice didn't sound as good as I wanted it to.
Oh, honey, don't worry about it. Yeah, look, you're on an overcrowded coral COVID island. And what is really great about singing is that the more you get into those beautiful parts of your voice and you trust yourself, which often happens the better you know something, the more you'll go, oh my goodness, I'm singing again. And that positivity will feed on itself and off you'll go. Don't worry at all.
We've got a question from ABC Classic's Alice Keith. Michelle?
Hi, Michelle. I'm really loving this sing-along. I think a difficult part in the alto line is that bit just before the chorus, and the flower blooms in my heart. How do you get down there and then back up again? How do you make that jump work?
Oh, I love this bit because altos, we often just get notes that just move by step. I'm singing the middle note, then I move up a bit and I'm in the middle of the chord, boring. And so what you've got is an opportunity to be glorious. And of course, you're an alto, you move into that space and you go, flowers bloom in my heart. Bloom in my heart. And it actually works beautifully in your voice. So don't fight it. Go there. And if that is, for a lot of altos, that is at that really beautiful point where you're in this lovely warm section of your voice, and then you just get to move up into that other part of your voice before it starts to sound, dare we say, like a soprano, and we don't talk about that in public. So just go there and enjoy it and walk around the house. There is Lego everywhere. And off you go, and you'll find that it'll sit really beautifully.
We've also got a question from Classic Breakfast, Russell Torrance. Russell, what is going on?
Michelle, just a quick question for you. On page 3 for the tenors and basses, the line, for those whose family are not here or moved on, this melody is pretty tricky. Have you got any advice?
Oh, Russell, now listen, you just calm your farm, my good friend, because the way the music is written is pretty much the way the words fall. So for those whose family are not here or have moved, so it's or have moved on. I think when you break it out, it's just the moving on, and this is always a problem, but we approach it with positivity, don't we? So we go, for those whose family are not here or have moved on, you'll be fine. Sing it a couple of times, and as you move the dishes from the table into the dishwasher, you can say to yourself, you move them on, and you will find that it will just sit perfectly for you.
You're hearing from Michelle Leonard, the creator of Murrumbilla Voices. She's your choral conductor in your classic choir rehearsal on ABC Classic tonight. Michelle, what's next?
Well, look, I'm very pleased you asked. Now, if I was lucky enough to be in a rehearsal with all 100,000 of you from all around Australia, then what I would do is say, okay, in our rehearsal now, we're going to focus on a particular voice type, and the rest of you are going to hum meaningfully and look perhaps with a pencil through your part as we do that, because just because I'm rehearsing one part doesn't mean that you can have a gossip in my rehearsal. However, in this instance, what we're going to do is have it individually through, and I know that it's always the sopranos that start, and everyone always likes to rehearse the soprano part first, and this is coming from a place of deep love, but I'd like to start with the basses. They are our rhythmic foundation and our tonal foundation in this piece, and we stand magnificently on their shoulders.
And we've got some help from Andrew O'Connor, Michelle. Is that right? He's going to be singing along.
I know, how lucky are we? So as you're preparing to get into the mood and the energy, remember to stand beautifully and breathe and bring your best voice here. Andrew's recording the lower line. in. Now make sure your vowel is really beautiful and generous. Nice and resonant. And hold for those 3 beats. Take a beautiful breath. And let that line really float. And lower, but if you want to do the upper part, beautiful. So you are the foundation. We love having you in this choir. Everything rests on your shoulder spaces, as always.
No matter where we are,
Breathe.
In your heart I'm
And hold. 2, 3, breathe. Now you have this beautiful solo
For
opportunity.
those whose family are within their love.
And hold those loving arms.
Feel the radiant flow of gratitude in your heart. For those whose family are not here or have
And moving on. Well done.
Please feel alone.
And you're holding that really beautifully. Come off calmly. Oh, well done. Well done. And keep that energy right through that phrase. And take a beautiful breath. Beautiful.
No matter where we are.
Take a breath beautifully.
In your heart I'm home.
Now a breath.
In your heart I'm home. Or a dinner table.
I love that line.
In your heart I'm home. Or with sun rays on our face.
Lovely.
In your heart I'm home.
And just gently leave that.
And love.
Beautiful, Andrew. Thank you. And then we're back to the bit that you know. And when you're rehearsing this, you might just like to add those bits in first. Take a breath and. Lovely. And really let gloriousness shine
No
there.
matter where we are, in your heart I'm home.
Now, just make sure that that's right in time. That one's a longer phrase that you really need to think through.
In your heart
Lovely. Breathe and.
in your heart is home.
And move there.
No matter where we are.
Take a breath.
In your
Now prepare yourself.
I'm home. In your heart I'm home.
That line before you might have to run a couple of times privately.
In your heart I'm home.
Beautiful. Now make sure that your phrase is all the way to the end and you have that glorious sound all the way to the end. Don't run into a brick wall on that. So just a couple of little things. When you feel like you're nearly at the end of the piece, you've got this lovely line right at the end, in your heart I'm home, in your heart I'm home. So really mentally prepare to get right there. Don't forget about it just before you get to the end of the work.
Well done, basses. You sounded great. Hey, look, can I say, this isn't the time, if you're not singing the part that we're going through, for you to toddle off and do something else. This is a great time for you to be singing your own part or even learning the other parts. You can hear how the harmonies work together, how the piece fits together. You know, there are so many beautiful call and response bits, as Michelle was saying before. So just be reading along, looking along, or listening along. It's a great way to sort of bake this beautiful piece, All Is Love, into your brain a bit more. Michelle, we're going to do tenors now, and we've got the delightful Andrew Goodwin to sing along for us. Is that right?
Oh, Isn't it a lovely thing to have such a beautiful tenor support us through this run? So we're going to look at the tenor line for those who are identifying as tenors. Basses, if you'd like to join us, there's an enormous amount of rhythmic similarity here. You work together, you literally march together through so much of this piece. So please take this opportunity to do that. Sopranos and altos, we have not forgotten you. You are loved. If you would like to hum and sing along your part as we do this as well, but let's get going. All right, tenors, now I want you to think about what you're going to do with your breathing and the creation of beautiful space for your vowel. And. Oh, lovely. Take a breath. Well done. And support as that phrase goes down and hold it through. In my heart. And how lovely, tenors, that you now get to sing with the sopranos in rhythmic unison.
Chosen birth or rainbow, all is love. You're the one who makes me feel at home.
Lovely chord. Hold it and then breathe. Then we're here.
In your heart I'm home.
1, 2, 3. Take a breath. Now prepare yourself to work with the basses.
For those whose family are within their loving
1,
arms.
2, breathe.
Feel the radiant flow of gratitude in your heart. For those whose family are not here or have moved
move on right to there. Well done.
Please feel our love.
Oh, lovely. And that's a lovely high note there. And.
Family is the bond that keeps us safe.
Beautiful.
Chosen birth or rainbow, all is love.
Lovely. Take that breath.
You're the one who makes me feel at home.
Oh, lovely.
No matter where we are.
Take that breath.
In your heart, I'm home.
Now breathe.
In your heart, I'm home. Or a dinner table. In your heart I'm home.
Work with the basses.
Always sun rays on our face. In your heart I'm home.
Lovely. Hold it right through. 1.
And love.
And now you join with all the upper parts.
That keeps us safe.
Lovely. I love the call and response between the orchestra here and you.
All is love.
Beautiful.
You're the one who makes me feel at
Hold 2, 3.
home.
And.
No matter where we are.
And.
In your heart I'm home. In your heart I'm home.
Lovely. Breathe.
In your heart is love.
Lovely. And.
In your heart you're the one who makes me feel at home.
Beautiful. Hold now. Together.
No matter where we are, in your heart I'm home. In your
That's that lovely bit that the basses have.
I'm home. In your heart I'm home.
And hold it all the way through and gently come off. Beautiful job. Thank you.
Look, I could hear you from here, tenors. You sounded absolutely astounding. Michelle Leonard, got a question here from Ed Ayres for you.
So, Michelle, what happens if your recording maybe isn't perfect?
Oh, Ed, don't you concern yourself with that at all. What we're looking for is a cohesiveness that comes across the whole of Australia. So all of your beautiful moments will complement someone else's moments that aren't so beautiful. So we are working collectively here. Please bring all of yourself to this recording, even the bits that perhaps you're not so comfortable with in the take, and then by the magic of the ABC, we will make something collectively that is such a Christmas gift.
You are listening to Your Classic Choir. You're in the middle of your own rehearsal on ABC Classic and online. This whole video is going to be available for you to listen back to. Rewind, pause, fast forward bits that you don't want to practice. That's completely up to you. Later, you can go check it out on our website, abc.net.au/classic. We've still got altos and sopranos, Michelle Leonard. I'm an alto and I'm ready to go.
Oh, look, it's been a long time coming for these altos, but they start this particular piece, and there isn't a song. They have been ready for a couple of centuries, so let's give it to them. And thank you, Katie Noonan, for being the person that is providing the vocal guide track to the work, this glorious work that you've created for us. Now, altos, just relax into this and remember that you're going to take a whole beautiful bar's breath so that you're not rushing. So breathe in and let it come in.
More than ever,
there
I
it
want to
is.
hold you in my arms. But now I close my eyes and hold you in my heart. Distance has made our love grow more and more.
What a beautiful line, altos.
And the flower blooms in my heart.
And hold this for 3 counts. Breathe beautifully. Don't sing it too loudly. We don't want a really loud sound here. We just want a beautiful and together and accurate, beautiful altos.
No matter where we are, in your heart I'm home.
2, 3, breathe. Then we get to rest. Then with the sopranos together.
Family's loving
Beautiful work.
gratitude in your heart.
Taking lovely breath.
Please feel how
Now just hold that and keep that sound going through. Breathe. Now we are
is
there.
the bond that keeps us safe.
Beautiful. Out.
Chosen birth, a rainbow, all is love.
Well done. Take a beautiful breath here.
You're the one who makes me
And hold this for
feel
3,
at home.
2, 3. Out.
No
Together.
matter where we are,
Well done.
in your heart I'm home.
Now out.
Our home may be the church
Beautiful.
or a dinner table.
I love that line.
Our home may be within or with sun rays on our face.
Such lovely lines.
Our home is a place of safety.
Take a breath.
And of warmth.
Now you're going to hold this note.
and love.
2. Wait for the harp. Then we're
Family
in.
is the bond that keeps us safe.
Beautiful. Use this praise.
Chosen birth, a rainbow, all is love.
Well done. Take a breath here.
You're the one who makes me feel at
Hold
home.
2, 3.
No matter where we are.
Well done. Keep going.
In your
Now here's the great line.
heart, in your heart. Family
Oh,
is
you've got the melody.
bond
How
that
lucky.
keeps us safe.
Well done. Now enjoy it.
Chosen birth, a rainbow, all is love.
Beautiful work, altos.
You're the one who makes me feel at
Hold for 3 counts.
No matter where we are.
Well done.
In your heart I'm home. No matter
Let it
where
relax.
we are. In your heart I'm home.
Hold that lovely note. 3, and gently come off. Oh, well done. I think that is one of the loveliest alto lines ever written.
I quite agree, Michelle. I quite agree. I've got a question about breathing from our own ABC classic, Damien Beaumont.
Hi, Michelle. I wanted to ask you about breathing because there's some really long phrases in this song, and I have to admit, at times I run out of breath and I get a bit puffed. Can you help with any aspects of the breathing?
Oh, Damien. Now, I think as an ex-professional singer, you probably have very little trouble breathing, Damien Beaumont. However, for the mere mortals amongst us, it really is about giving yourself the mental space and knowing whether you've got a long time to take a breath to be able to fuel the glorious sound that you're going to have through that phrase, or whether you just need to fill it up really quite quickly. If you utilise perhaps a pencil in another colour on your music. Some people put a V so that they know when to breathe. But might I suggest to you, don't do anything in panic. Do it with calm, poise and intent. And you'll find that your phrases will naturally sing. You will naturally take a beautiful, deep, healthy breath because you're sitting and singing in good posture and you are being that beautiful tree that we talked about at the start of the rehearsal.
The breathing tree.
The breathing tree.
All right, well, we have one more part to smash and bash through. The idea here with Michelle Leonard from Murrumbilla Voices is to be strong and wrong. Have we got Fiona Campbell with us to help us through this soprano part?
How lucky are the sopranos? Oh my goodness, you couldn't be guided through by anyone better, could you? So what we're going to do, sopranos, and I recognise that you are often referred to as the icing on the coral cake. I want you to take a moment and imagine that this particular work is about mentally knowing where you've got to go. It's a lot like singing some Handel, I think. And so once you know where you've got to go, and you must have some more vocal and intelligent fuel in your engine, it's the end when you have those beautiful long lines that you really need to mentally prepare yourself for. So let's enjoy doing this run, and please don't expect the very first time that you will be absolutely superlative and perfect, but if at first you don't succeed, try and try again. And here's your second bar, sopranos. Really enjoy this line as it just floats over the entire work. Now, we have to let the altos have this moment. There you are. Beautiful. Take a breath. Lovely. Take a breath. And then you're there. In. Then you've got the melody.
Family is the bond that keeps us safe. Chosen birth, a rainbow is
Oh, lovely. Now take this nice breath.
You're the one who makes me feel
And let that be so glorious. Hold. Well done. Now you've got this bar to really prepare yourself. Breathe and family. Oh, lovely line. Breathe.
gratitude in your heart.
Lovely. And enjoy that lovely line. Breathing in. 1, 2, in. You can pick whichever note you like there. Then we've got the tune.
That keeps us safe.
And we can't wait to hear you.
Chosen earth, a rainbow is is love.
Well done.
You're the one who makes
Now
me
pick whichever
feel
note you like here, but hold it for 3. Quick breath.
no matter where we are.
Well done. Breathe.
In your heart, I'm home.
Now out.
Our home may be the church.
Hold. Move.
Our home may be within.
And our arms. Breathe.
Our home
I love
is a
that line.
place of safety.
Beautiful.
And of warmth and love.
Now remember you're waiting for the harp, and then you're in.
Is the bond that keeps us safe.
Well done. And think about the other lines that you're working with here.
You're the one who makes me
Pick your
feel
note.
at home.
Well done. And
No matter where we are.
take a breath.
In your heart, I'm
Now, on.
in
This
your
is lovely. Think down as you go up and float across. It's a bit Titanic, isn't it, really? Enjoy it all the way through. Take a breath and fuel the energy.
In your
Lovely, and there you are. And remember to move now.
no matter where we are.
Well done.
In your heart, I'm home.
Breathe.
No matter where we are.
Take a breath.
In your heart, I'm home.
And if you're taking that up a note, really enjoy it. And come off gently at the end. Well done, sopranos.
How do they decide, Michelle, where to go at the end there? There's a couple of notes that split off in rapidly different directions.
Oh, do you know, I think we're going to allow our sopranos to decide whether they want to float gloriously on the top and take the upper line like a soprano 1, or perhaps take the lower line. And it really will depend on what brings you the most joy as you're rehearsing this yourself before you give us our recording.
We've also got a question here from Greta Bradman. Now, she does know how to sing quite well.
I think we could safely say that, yes.
Can I ask you, I'm having so much fun singing the soprano line. Those high notes, what do you reckon? How can we sopranos make them just really easy and glorious?
I'm really pleased you asked that. Obviously, if you're a professional chorister or a singer who's done a lot of technical support, you're going to have a lot more techniques at your disposal. A very, very good one that I was taught is about imagining that as you are soaring high, that beautiful tree and the roots of that tree are going further and further down into the water table. So as you soar, you are actually really connecting and going in the opposite direction. Don't ever try and sort of tilt your head and reach up like some weird sort of ostrich for high notes. In fact, it's almost exactly the opposite. But if you approach it with joy and a lot of air support, if at first you don't succeed, keep going, and as you do your warm-ups, keep progressing through. And I suppose really in this work, it's knowing that it's coming up so it doesn't give you a surprise, and inside your brain you go, I love this bit and I want to have it happen. And then of course it happens more than once, which is so exciting. So you get more than one go at being able to do it in the work.
You've been listening to your ABC Classic Choir rehearsal with your choral conductor, the fabulous Michelle Leonard. Michelle, do we have time to just sing the whole thing the whole way through? And if so, what should I be thinking about as we belt this out strong and wrong?
Oh, Vanessa, we definitely have time. And in fact, you should always make time to be able to sing something all the way through. We are going to just focus on one thing. So if for you it is a part that is the chorus that you now know at the end of this rehearsal, follow through and do that bit. Get that monkey off your back. If you can't do it all perfectly, that's absolutely fine. we've certainly all worked out that life isn't perfect. However, when we work collaboratively and together, we make the most glorious music. So bring yourself, bring your energy, bring your joy, and bring your beautiful voice. And we're now going to try all together, all around Australia, to sing this piece all the way through. Here's the second bar. And you're relaxing with a beautiful strong gum tree. One, now, alto.
More than
all
ever,
together.
I want to hold you in my
Beautiful,
arms.
keep that glorious sound.
But now I close my eyes and hold you in my heart.
Thank you, altos, beautiful line. Now,
Distance has made our
we've got
love
to hold this for 3 beats.
and the
Now we join together.
flowers in my heart.
There's that T.
Family is the bow.
Tenors and sopranos, we love you singing together. Altos and basses, we love you singing together through here. Beautiful work.
You're the one.
Such a lovely coupling, isn't it? That soprano and tenor line. Alto and bass. Keep that line beautiful, sopranos. 2, 3. Take a breath. Gentlemen, prepare to sing now.
For those who
Sops and altos join together. It's beautiful.
feel the radiant flow of gratitude
In your heart.
for those whose family are not here.
Then where we are, 2, 3.
Please feel our love.
Sops, you're there. 2, 3. And now we're all together through the chorus. Well done. Take a breath. Oh, isn't it a lovely melody? Such a beautiful sentiment. Now support this sound and let it glow. And we're together there. Well done.
In your heart I'm home.
And
Home
now here's the answer. Well done. And then there's the answer. In your heart I'm home. And then, and wait, and then you're in. Oh gee, that bass line is so strong and holds us all together. Well done, take a breath. And hold this for 3 counts. Well done, breath. Now, sopranos, here we go. And beautiful line. Take a breath. And then you do that again. Oh, beautiful. Thank you, altos, for the melodies. Gentlemen, thank you for holding us there. Now together. And hold, 2, 3, and all together. Beautiful work. Then this question, and here's the answer. Thank you, ladies. Hold and gently allow your sound to just go out with all of that Christmas spirit.
Amazing singing. That sounded sensational here in the Classic Studio. Michelle Leonard, any last tips as we go off to scarily try and record ourselves?
Do you know, I think when you're going to record yourself, it's a wonderful thing to imagine that it's not about you as an individual, but it is about the gift of sharing your beautiful voice and your worldview with people who really, really need it. So rather than going, oh no, I'm not sure if I'm good enough, perhaps you might like to reframe it and think, collectively, we are. And so I'm not doing this for myself, but I'm doing this for the people that need this, for my family, for my friends, and to mark this extraordinary moment in time. So you're giving us a gift. We're receiving that gift with generosity, and we're so very, very grateful that you are filming yourself and you're giving us your beautiful sound. We promise to cherish it and create something absolutely extraordinary.
That's absolutely right. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect. None of us are going to be perfect. I am so excited to hear your beautiful voices, to see your beautiful faces. Remember that you can go back and listen to this rehearsal, pause it, rewind it, slow it right down if you want to take more time over those trickier parts, abc.net.au/classic. You can also find more excellent vocal tips, warm-ups with Jess Hitchcock and Discover Your Voice. Michelle Leonard's going to be on there doing more cool stuff, and there's going to be lots of handy hints if you've got questions about how you actually manage to record and send it in. I cannot wait to sing with you again in your ABC Classic Choir.
Family.